You are now listening to the Role Players Podcast.
Welcome to the Role Players Podcast, where you can find your sports from the daily and weekly roundup presented to you from guys that look just like you, but we give it a nice twist with a little splash of entertainment. I am your host, Byron, along with Philosophical Jay and Friday Night Fowler Jamal. Better call on Jamal.
Well, yeah.
Call him. But if we can't call on Jamal, I know who we can call on. We can call on the best podcast producer in the Southern Hemisphere, Mr. I-95 South.
What up? Good to be back, man.
It is good to be back.
Been a minute.
It's good to be back. You know, if you like this podcast, feel free to find us on all podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever you like listening to. We're probably there. We have an excellent show tonight. Or I should say whenever you're listening to it, because it might be the daytime, Jamal. It might be daytime. But we have an excellent roundup for you tonight. We're going to be talking about the Dirty South, the best division in the National Football League. The AFC South. Yeah, come on, man. It's too early to start this debate. Who do you think is the best division?
Y'all want to hear something funny before we get started?
I mean, I already heard something funny.
Yeah.
You say this ain't the best division.
So check this out. As y'all know, man, I work on trucks. You know what I'm saying? I drive big trucks and then I deliver supplies. So today I had a little bit of mishap, man.
Sound like El Chapo. Go ahead.
Yeah. My ankle was about the size of a softball right now. So I was limping coming in. Yeah, man, I had an accident, man. I tripped over a pallet, fell, material fell on top of me. All kind of stuff, man. And then my partner working in the next truck beside me come over and he say, excuse my language. He say, damn, you all right? Do I look okay? That's what I said. Do I look okay, man? He's trying to help me. Get off of me.
You know, I hate when people say stuff like that. You see somebody with their head split wide open and you say, well, man, you going to be okay? Do it look as if I'm going to be okay?
So what's your worst fall? What's your worst fall that somebody did? Look at this face.
I got one for you, homie.
Oh, man, I got them. I got a lot of them.
It cost me 3 years of work.
3 years of work? Sheesh, tell us about it.
This is going dark.
Oh, man.
It is.
Riding pallet jack, trying to set my line up over at, forgot the name of the place over in Brown Center. But anyway, speaking of a pallet in the floor.
Man,
not
these pallets,
to be there.
man. They got hands, bro.
I'm trying to avoid the pallet. as I'm avoiding the pallet, I end up losing control of my riding pallet jack.
Yeah.
So instead of holding on to it and running to a steel pole, I let the handle up to stop it. Mm-hmm. Well, because I was going so fast, I lost control of it. Kind of threw me off. Well, anyway, try to correct myself. Yeah. Try to catch my fall. Stuck my right leg out where it wasn't supposed to. Wow. Ended up crushing my tibia in 3 places.
Oh, dang. Man.
Thank God I just fell and my ankle looked like a softball.
Right.
Good shout out to my fiance sitting over there.
Yeah, we have a guest in the house tonight.
She tried to take me to the hospital. I said, nah, my team is waiting on me, man.
Hey, Team TRP, man. You know,
what's your worst fall?
What's up, man?
Just for you coming through, man. You're gonna get over.
You sound like Booby Miles on Friday night lights, man. My team needs me.
My team needs me.
Worst fall. Jeez, man. It definitely doesn't top you guys, but I guess mine is kind of funny. I'll do one. But it was I want to say my freshman year. Yeah, freshman year in college. And the custodian, the housekeeper, man, he's super cool, man. He was cleaning the hell out of that floor. Yeah. I mean, it looked like glass, man. I saw my reflection when I got to the floor and I was like, this looks like a slippery slope. So I said, let me take my time. Now, if you don't know me, I'm kind of a big guy. So you know how gravity works. So I said, I'm just going to creep across the floor and I'm sure. And I went down.
Oh, man.
he poked his head out like he knew he had did the scene, and he was like, "You're not hurt, are you?" And then I was like, "Nah." I bounced back up quick because I ain't need nobody seeing me. You know, freshman year, college, somebody walked through the dorm and they like, "Oh yeah, you know that big dude who fell, man." I didn't want to be known as that guy, so I hurried up and got up, man. Went up to my dorm room. You know, when you get up off of a slick floor like that, you cannot imagine the amount of sweat that comes off of your body because you're so nervous. You're just like, nah, man, let me just go up to my room, man. Turn the AC up full blast.
I forgot you stayed in the dorm room for one night.
Yeah, man. Well, it really was like one night. It was kind of like my little stayover place during the week. But EJ, what you got fall wise?
I haven't really Oh no, I'm lying.
Say, now you lying.
I'm lying.
You gonna tell it line on the name.
So one time I was crashing at my parents' house and I had to go to work the next morning. I don't work there no more, so I'm gonna say Pepsi, that place. Anywho, so my mom, when you go out the patio, it's a downward hill. Like you got to walk down the cement, and then you got to walk down a lower layer of cement, and then you got to walk down another lower layer, and then it's the driveway.
Damn,
that sounds like your nose had met the yard.
It was nothing but snow and ice. It was ice. It was covered in ice.
And you,
man, look, I get down the steps fine. But soon as I got down to the cement and it kind of declined a little bit, man, I fell and I slid from the cement all the way to the driveway. So I tried to get up and I couldn't get up. I could not get up. Like it was so slippery. I couldn't get up. So I crawled on my elbows. I army crawled to my truck.
Damn.
That's how I got in my truck, man.
So
where is the video of this?
So real quick, man, we'd have been, me and him, whenever it snowed, man, like we always do this. We even did this probably like a couple years ago when it snowed. You look out the blinds and you laugh at the neighbors trying to get out, man. And we got a couple guys on video, man. You'd have been prime suspect.
You really would have, man.
Well, it was like 5, 6 in the morning. And,
we'd have caught you.
Nobody, nobody was outside around then, but nobody saw my behind crawling. I mean, I literally was on my elbows crawling to my truck, man.
Let me tell you.
I couldn't get up. It was so slippery.
So that army, them years in the army worked out.
Yeah, I guess so. But the problem was, man, I had on polo boots, man.
What?
I was trying to be.
You are getting a
no, buddy.
We were not supposed to start the show with we're up here feeling bad about all our falls, and you had on polo boots.
I had on polo boots, man.
In snow and ice.
In snow and
polo
ice.
Boots don't even sustain a wet dock.
Man, I learned that day.
Yeah, I hope you did.
Slid out my boots, man.
I know that's true. I know that's true. Well, from slides and dives to arms and throws, man, we have the AFC South division. That's right. You got the Indianapolis Colts, the Texans, the Titans, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. My Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, we're going to talk about them. I'm not going to be biased. I promise, guys. I'm not. But this division was loaded last year, man. I mean, the Colts were playing good football. You had Andrew Luck bounce back from what I know me and Jay was saying he was probably never going to play again, or at least not to that level. Then you had the Texans. They bounced back with Deshaun Watson and the Texans, and J.J. Watt finally came through. The Titans, Mariota had a horrible year. He couldn't even stay healthy, man. But they found a way to win. And then the 2017 division winner, the Jacksonville Jaguars, well, they sunk to the bottom, man. Right along with Blake Bortles. It was a tough division. But now it's 2019. We're looking forward to this season. And we're going to start with Andrew Mr. Luck himself and the Indianapolis Colts. These guys last season went 10-6. They made the playoffs too. They made the playoffs. And according to our Street and Smith's football guide, that's the guy that we use. Yeah, that's a plug. But we kind of look there for some of the, information, or at least I do. These guys are pros. Sometimes I have to catch up. But they have the Colts slated to be number one in the division behind Andrew Luck and Frank Reich. Yeah, Frank Reich, that was his first season last season. This is his second year. pretty good, man. They have one of the better offensive lines in football. That's probably a big reason for Andrew Luck's success. But that's not just the only side of the ball that they'll do well on. They did well on defense, man. Defensively, they drafted a hell of a rookie in the linebacker core from last year, and that's Leonard. The dude's a beast.
Miek.
Yeah, it is Miek.
South Carolina State.
Big shout out. But
that's how we do it in the HBCUs.
hey, man, we play ball in HBCUs. You know, shout out to my dude Bethune-Cookman alum, Rasheem Mathis, one of the greatest cornerbacks to ever play for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I had to make that plug. But guys,
Currently,
how you feel about the Colts, man? It's a pretty solid roster from what I've seen.
man, I love the Colts, man. I love what they did a year ago this
That's
time.
a strong word.
Yeah, a year ago this time. I think you were bashing them. I was kind of teetering.
I killed them.
And then, you know, they started off the season last year kind of horrible.
They did.
And then they tightened up, and I say, man, these Colts are sneaky because Andrew Luck, you can't replace what he is on the field.
It's a quarterback league.
Which is a quarterback league. They got a plethora of talent. And who in the hell would have thought that Ebron didn't give the Detroit Lions anything?
Man.
Anything.
The dude came through with, 10 touchdowns for the year?
Yeah.
Shout out to Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Ben Hill Smith High School.
Yeah.
Ebron went to high school. I seen him play personally.
But
And I knew he was going to the league once I seen him play. But anyway.
But shout out to Andrew Luck because Stafford couldn't get anything out of this guy.
Not
seem like
one touchdown.
No.
He goes and plays with Andrew Luck, and I mean, the Colts piled up some numbers last year.
Numbers.
They were major. But like I say, they were a well-balanced team because defensively, they showed up. But can they repeat that success, though? I mean, because let's be honest, you know, it is just Andrew Luck. We all remember how they were with Peyton Manning. The team isn't, in my opinion, too much different from the Colts when they had Peyton Manning. It's
Probably about the
driven.
same.
It's driven all off of Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
So, other than Andrew Luck, man, because we know he's the glue to all of this, man. He's the wood and the glue. Who's another impact player that defines the Colts' success or failures? What other impact player? Because for me, I want to give it to the linebacker. He was a stud last year. I really do want to give it to him, but I don't think I can. Just because I can't buy into linebackers like that.
What?
I just can't. I can't buy into linebackers like that, making that much of a difference.
But you love Khalil Mack.
He's an edge rusher. He's an edge rusher.
Leonard had a monster season.
He did have a monster season.
He
I'm not hating
exceeded
on
expectations.
that. I'm not hating on that, but I'm saying who can define their success, whether they sink or rise.
Marlon Mack.
You know, I think that's a good one to go with.
Yeah.
Even though you know how I am about running backs.
Yeah, but he is that Swiss Army knife. He kind of does everything again. If they're struggling offensively, he's going to pick up the slack because he catches out the backfield. I mean, these guys have a plethora of talent, man. You know, you can pick and choose any one of those receivers. I mean,
T.Y. I was going to go T.Y. Hilton.
You going T.Y.?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
what about Adam Vinatieri? Is he still going to be able to kick the ball?
Dude.
Hey.
That was my low-key sleeper, but I'm not going to pick either one of those guys, but I am going to stay on the offensive side of the ball.
Who you got?
I'm going to go Anthony Costanzo, man. He protects Luck's blind side. The dude is a monster. Without Anthony Costanzo and that line, he's the vet on the line. That line is really the glue to the Colts too, man. Because without that line, you don't have Marlon Mack, you don't have T.Y. Hilton, you don't have Andrew Luck.
Yeah, that is true because you really don't see Luck getting sacked that much, man.
The guy doesn't get touched, man.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't get touched, like, at all.
What about Chad Kelly?
He got that Brady protection.
Chad Kelly.
The backup.
Yeah, the backup. He's the backup. How many years was the backup important to Peyton Manning? And then he went down.
When he went down, they needed a quarterback. Oh, that's a good look at it, though. That's a good take on it. But I know we got a take on that, but what you think these guys can do roster. I mean, win wise.
What do I think they got?
Win column, just preliminary.
12-4.
12-4.
Yeah.
Come on, Jamal. What you think?
Hater.
The Raider hater.
Really?
Well, the Raider.
I say 11-5.
11-5. Barry Smite has talked. He has spoken.
Barry Smite. He's saying he basically just said that you're great value, Barry White. I'm gonna say
You're telling me this?
Oh, hey.
It sound like EJ getting some company and nobody here.
Yeah.
Telling me twice.
Slide on over.
Hey, that's down my alley right there.
Yeah.
Oh, we know.
No, buddy alley. So,
That's why we call you I-95, bro.
right down your alley. I'm gonna go 11-5 as well. So let's look at this schedule real quick. Week 1, starting week 1, at the Chargers. I'm gonna say that's a loss.
That's a loss, man.
I'm gonna say a win.
You tripping.
Ooh.
That's hating.
All right, well, we got 2 losses to 1 win.
Yeah, 2
so
losses to 1 win.
That's a 1-1. At Tennessee, week 2.
That's a win.
1-1. Atlanta, home.
That's a win.
Yeah,
At home?
That's 2-1. They're home at Atlanta.
3-0.
Well, against Atlanta. Oakland, week 4. The Raiders.
At Indianapolis or at Oakland?
It don't matter, man.
It's in Indianapolis. That's 3-1, man.
This John Gruden Raiders, but
Come
this
on,
is
big
not
dog.
Rich Ganning Raiders.
3-1.
3-1.
The Chiefs,
What,
week 5.
4-1.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're gonna beat the Chiefs.
No.
What? Woo!
Well, that's my first loss for them. So
The Chiefs?
yeah,
I'm gonna give them that loss too. So I'm gonna say
4-1.
they're
Well, y'all bold
they're
tonight.
3-2. They're 3-2. So Houston, week 7.
Where they at?
It's in Indianapolis.
That's a win.
5-1.
Yeah, sure. If you call them a win, it's 5-2. Well, 4-2.
What?
4-2. Yeah, I'm keeping up with it. I'm keeping up.
I got 5-1.
Now they go to Denver comes to them
6-1.
They gonna win that too, man. These jokers might get 13.
at
man.
Pittsburgh.
6-2.
Is that a win, Jay? I'm gonna say
I think that's a loss.
I'm gonna say that's a loss. So right now they still at 5 wins for the consensus.
Cause see, they're not that good. They can go into Pittsburgh, and
Pittsburgh
especially if
still-
Pittsburgh,
Well, I
yes,
got 'em-
especially if
6-2
Pittsburgh is
with
pretty
me.
good.
I agree.
6-2 with me.
But we got them at 5, and I guess that would be 3. So Miami
Win.
Oh, that's a win.
7-2.
6. Jacksonville week 11 home.
That's a win.
Ooh, come on, Jamal, you're the
No, I'm saying that's a win, man.
That's a dub.
Hey, I mean, he give y'all the fit, man.
Wow. At Houston,
L.
I'm gonna say they lose that too.
Yeah, that's a loss.
I'm gonna
So
say
what
they
we
gonna-
at,
I'm
what,
gonna say they
8-3?
gonna- Yeah,
Well, I got them 8-3. Y'all got them, 7-4?
yeah, 7-4.
I got them 8-3.
Tennessee home.
9-3.
Then they play the Buccaneers. Come on, that's
10-3.
another win.
Damn.
And then they go at New Orleans.
10-4.
I got that a win.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and New Orleans has no defense, man.
Nah, but the breeze though. The breeze is ongoing.
We talking about
Everlasting.
They got Carolina and Indianapolis next.
It's a win.
11-4.
Jeez.
Are you a Saints fan or a Panther fan?
All right, they end at Jacksonville. Come on, they got to lose
That's a
one
loss.
to Jacksonville.
That's a loss.
So we got them at 11-5.
I had 12-4.
That's what Jamal said. 11-5.
I had 12-4, man.
Yep, 12-4.
Yeah, but as a
11-5.
consensus,
It's a consensus.
it came down to 11-5. All right, well,
They'll
I
beat
mean,
Kansas City.
All right, well, hey, moving along. Let's see if the Texans
They ain't
can
gonna beat Kansas City.
unseat
No,
these guys, man. Kansas City, I don't know.
Kansas City
man.
ain't got no defense, man.
Well,
Houston,
They made some offseason.
Justin Houston plays on the Colts team.
He does.
They made some key moves.
Who?
Who? Kansas City?
She's made some key moves, man.
Who?
What?
Just name one right now.
Oh, I hear the crickets. I hear the crickets.
Well, you'll figure that out when we get to them.
Okay.
Well, moving along to the Houston Texans. They're led by Deshaun Watson. They actually had a good rushing season.
Yeah.
But it was mostly led by Deshaun Watson because the running back situation in Houston is Lamar
Houston,
Miller.
We have a problem.
Was staying nicked up. He didn't produce like he was supposed to. And then Foreman, he was he was a rookie last year or the year before. He just didn't live up to expectations. He didn't live up to it. But they have DeAndre Hopkins, the best wide receiver in National Football League, the only receiver to receive a 99 overall in John Madden football. Who do you think is the best receiver? Jamal's giving me eyes.
He really is, man.
He's giving me eyes, man.
They about to pop out the sockets. Who you got Friday night, Fowler? Who you think? Who you think wide receiver?
And we got that 8-4 in the Bay, man. But
oh man, so we're talking Texas, man. You're tripping. J.J. Watt bounced back to have a spectacular season. He had 16 sacks, man.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, he had a monster
that's
year.
a second game.
Yeah, and then Clowney, surprisingly, as well as Clowney plays, they didn't give him an extension. He's playing on the 5th year option right now, and he's never eclipsed more than 9 sacks in a season. He's never got double digits.
I think his hype is not as what it used to be. 'Cause I remember at first he had a lot of hype when he came into the NFL, and now he don't live up to it anymore, man.
I mean, well, actually, he came in with a lot of hype. It lowered, and now he's coming back up.
Think so?
He's pretty good.
He's solid.
He's
solid.
He's pretty good. He's a nice compliment.
I can go with that. He's solid.
Had to get a little humble pie.
Yeah, but Whitney
Merciless.
I can never say his name. But now he's kind of taking a kind of back seat. But he's playing along with the defense. You know, these guys, they have a nice pass rush, but that defensive secondary, man, it's not that pretty.
They made some good moves on that secondary.
What, getting Tashawn Gibson?
Don't forget about Roby.
Okay, they got Roby. Colvin was a bust last year. He didn't show up. That's a former Jaguar. I know all about him. But they got to get something out of this offense, man. Deshaun Watson gets sacked. He gets hit all game. He holds on to the ball all game. He has to run for his life all game. He has to take the next step, man, in order for them to be legit. Because I can legitimately see them sliding in this division if they don't perform. I can just see it, man.
It's a toss-up. I think they made a significant signing. They signed Matt Khalil. That's huge.
It may be huge. Because if I'm not mistaken, he was coming back from an injury from Carolina, correct?
That's correct.
Right.
Yeah, man. He may not. I don't know, man.
I mean, hey.
But it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, because name me a lineman on their team.
Matt Khalil.
There you go. We got to keep the man upright.
But they did draft an offensive tackle.
Right.
First round, Titus Howard out of Alabama State.
Swack in the house.
See, that's my guy. That's my guy. Friday night followers.
Swack in the house.
It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's really all week, man. We should call you all week.
That's what's happening.
All day, all week, all month, all year. They also drafted another tackle in the second round in Max Sharping out of Northern Illinois. But they know that they need help in the secondary and the offensive line because they use quite a bit of picks there. But what do you guys think about this Texas team, man? Do they have it, man?
What were their record last year?
Last year,
9-7, wasn't it?
they came in at 11-5.
11-5.
Yeah, because they went on a 9-game win streak.
That's right, they did.
Right.
They ended the season, 2-2.
Watson came off a knee injury.
Right.
So he really,
but they lost their playoff game, right?
They lost that playoff game.
Bad loss.
It was a big time loss. Who did they lose? Did they lose to the Colts or was it the Chiefs?
I think it was the Colts.
It was the Colts.
Yeah.
They just didn't.
Sure, it wasn't Baltimore.
No, it was the Colts.
The Colts.
It was the Colts.
They just fell apart, man.
I'm gonna say.
But who's an impact guy for them, man? Other than Deshaun Watson.
Might as well go with what you said. The greatest receiver in the league, man.
Oh wow.
Oh man, why he gave me jazz hands.
He is the greatest receiver in the league.
You felt the sassiness that came out of that.
He
man.
is.
Man.
But the key player, the
He's the best receiver in the league, man.
Man, for what you been
Who
watching?
is it? Who is it then? Is it Fitzgerald?
Who is it?
I mean, we got Antonio Brown. We got Julio Jones.
Stop.
No, sir.
Keep going.
Okay, man.
You need to watch.
We listening, man.
You need to.
Who else
You
is
need
there?
to watch
Odell.
D-Hop. You need to watch D-Hop, man.
I mean, I'm not taking nothing away from the man's talent. To say he's the best in the NFL.
Look at what he does on a horrible team.
Let me paint this picture.
Team he just. Go ahead.
I'm gonna paint the picture for you. He's only missed one game in 6 seasons. Okay?
Right.
Last year he had 1,572 yards, 11 touchdowns. He was targeted 163 times, and he did not drop a pass.
So tell me this real fast, and that way we can move on. So the last 2 years he had Watson, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had Watson for 2 years.
Watson.
Name me another quarterback.
Come on, man. Come on, because I can.
TJ Yates.
Oh, yeah, you name one. I'm going to put that in the edit.
TJ Yates.
Tom Savage. Come on. Come on, you want to roll out another one?
I can't think of none.
Because this is a 6-piece turd nugget that's coming out like
with extra sauce.
With extra sauce.
Savage sauce.
That Whopper sauce.
Case Keenum.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, I know.
So
man.
who other than them, who makes the impact? Who decides whether they win or lose?
So I think
said Hopkins.
I think Will Fuller and Lamar Miller they got to step their games up. Will Fuller, he has so much talent, and this guy's always in the medical room. He always finds his way to the medical room. So you either have to move on or you have to develop another wide receiver, because if Hopkins had a decent wide receiver consistently on the other side, or a better threat in the backfield, this may be an explosive offense.
You know, I'm gonna go for a wild card here, and I'm gonna say Tashawn Gibson. He was just signed, but obviously these guys have a problem in the secondary because the Colts got them in the playoffs. They have a hard time with teams that have a good line, because if you have a good line, you can stop J.J. Watt and Clowney. I'm gonna go Gibson. If he can come through and be the man that they hope he can be a X factor for them. Because, you know, the Honey Badger he didn't do it for him. He didn't fit the team that way.
Yeah, they let him go.
Yeah, they moved on from Honey Badger. They rolled out Gibson. I'm going Gibson. But let's take a look at the schedule. So we had the Colts at 11-5, right? So they're opening up at New Orleans week 1. That's
you want to know? I think they'll be 8-8.
Oh well, yeah. Did
you forget, man?
Yeah, y'all gotta get. Yeah,
I speedball, man. Hey, it happens, man. Sometimes
you gotta get
I move fast, man.
You about to be in all buddy with us.
No, not close. Not even close. It's a lot that I got to think about right here. Jamal, what you think they can go?
I'm gonna say I agree with just the 8-8.
Yeah,
man.
I'm gonna say 7-9. I'm gonna Price Is Right, you guys.
Hater.
Yeah,
hater.
I'm gonna Price Is Right, you guys. Don't you hate in Price Is Right when somebody go up there and they be like $100, and then someone be like 101,
Yeah.
and then they take that boat and that house from that person.
It's just like the episode of Family Guy when Peter was at Price Is Right. And he did the price, and somebody did $1 above him. He was like, "F you."
That's right, though. Or even worse, when everybody's saying, "Oh, I think it's $1 million trillion," and then somebody saying $1. It's terrible, man. So, all right. So I'm gonna say 7-9. You guys say 8-8. They start off at New Orleans. Win or loss, guys?
That's a loss.
All right. So that's a loss. Home against Jacksonville.
That's a win.
1-1.
All right.
I don't know, man. Jacksonville been spanking them, but
they didn't last year. That was the last time.
Jeez, man, y'all just burying Jacksonville.
That was the last time.
Hey, I tried, man. Even though y'all been coming for the Panthers.
You did,
Hey, man.
I get no help.
Hey, I-95. It's been that Duval stuff. It's been a long time. It's going down the road. Ain't it? Really?
It really has been, man. All right, week 3 at LA Chargers.
Loss.
All right. Home against Carolina.
Win.
2-2. Atlanta. Home against Atlanta.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna say that's a loss.
I got the Falcons winning.
Man.
All right, so that's 2-3. At Kansas City. That's a loss.
2-4.
2-4. At Indianapolis.
Loss.
2-5.
2-5. Here you go again, the Raiders.
2-6.
That's a win.
Yeah. I'm glad you agree. So they got
2-6.
3-5 versus Jacksonville. Here they go again.
Where they at?
Home against
time.
Jacksonville. Yeah. That's in actually England.
That's in England.
Jacksonville doesn't lose to England. That's a loss.
2-7.
You might be on to something. They have a horrible field over there.
Yeah, so what do we have, man? 3 wins?
I got
So far,
2-7.
You
as a
got
consensus, it's
Yeah,
Three,
y'all-
man. That Raider, man, they gonna beat the Raiders.
That mean they got to
man.
win the rest of these games, man. 'Cause y'all only at 2-7.
at Baltimore.
Lost.
2-8.
Jesus.
Okay, so the rest of the 6 they got to win.
Home against Indy. They'll win that
They'll
one.
win that one.
Yeah.
That's 4.
I'll give them a split on that.
Oh, man. New England.
You lose.
3-9.
Home against Denver.
Win.
4-9.
Yeah. I give them a win on that one. Yeah. At
Yeah.
Tennessee.
That's a loss.
4-10.
Jesus.
Man.
All right. At Tampa Bay. Everybody beats
That's a
Tampa
win.
Bay.
That's a loss.
Everybody beats Tampa Bay. Come
That's
on.
a
They
win.
win at home, man.
That late in the season, they going to have
win at home.
Jameis ain't going to even be playing, man.
Man,
and then they finish at home against Tennessee.
Man,
That's a win.
Tampa Bay get real petty when
Was
they
it
know
6-10?
when they know they're
It's
not gonna be in the
6-10.
playoffs. They get real petty, man.
6-10, EJ. We got them clocked in at 6-10. So
That's kind of steep. But these guys, man, they can be very dangerous, but they can be cellar dwellers just as easy as they can be
they're a
dangerous.
50-50 team. Because according to the Street
Kinda
Smith
like Tampa Bay.
magazine, they say that you should hold your stock watch with Texans. And that means basically a 50-50 team. They might can win, they might can lose, but don't invest all your chips in the
So how
Texans.
long do you think Hopkins going to be there before he starts saying he want out?
3
How
more
much
years. 3 more years.
His career be over by then.
No, it won't.
I give him this.
He already been in the league 6 years, man.
Oh, you was a little high on that one.
Yeah, man.
So,
Barry has left the building.
Barry Light.
Here he come. Here he come.
no.
He had to
He
bring
say he
it
got a
back.
reputation.
He had to bring it back after that.
You want me to edit that out, big dog?
He's still here, man.
You want me to?
Show you right.
He was like, his career.
Ain't no
Well,
way.
from one big dog to the next big dog, we going to Derrick Henry and those Titans.
Yeah.
All the way out there in Tennessee, man. This team is iffy, too. They're a 50-50 team, too. Because Vrabel, in his first year, man, he really coached them up.
Mm-hmm.
He got them to play tougher. You know, Derrick Henry was having a tough year. You know, they say that he had to make a call to Eddie George. And Eddie George was basically like, hey, man up. You have to dominate these
Eddie
guys.
George ain't tough.
No, he sure ain't.
What is this?
Go ahead though.
What is this? We're talking about Eddie George.
Yeah.
What about him?
He ran
You
through
forgot
guys.
about it.
No, he
You
didn't
said
run through
Ray
Ray
Lewis.
Oh, God. Come on, man. It's Ray
When
Lewis.
he seen 5-2 coming, it was over.
How many players survive 5-2?
There's a couple.
Yeah, it got to be like 2. But it ain't more than that.
Move on, man.
But the Titans, these guys, they went 9-7 last year. Vrabel's second year. Can he repeat the success or even do more? Mariota is the thing that's been hindering them, or the player that's been hindering them.
Don't forget they got the other quarterback from Miami.
They picked up Ryan Tannehill for
Right.
insurance. I think that's a much better option than Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah.
You know, he can go out there and win some games, maybe even take Mariota out, because he too is on his 5th year option, and they did not give him the extension because they want to know, Mariota, can you do this? He's on the Jameis Winston plan. They came in together and they're going to leave out together. But
Yeah.
this team, they're pretty solid. They play with a lot of fight, man. They play with a lot of fight. Some of the key guys that they have out there, you know, Casey on the defensive end. The guy was a Pro Bowler and a stud last year. They do have Wesley Woodyard. The linebacker core is young, but Wesley Woodyard is the vet. And Cameron Wake. They're going to kind of usher these guys into the next era of linebackers. But in the secondary, man, they are loaded. Logan Ryan, Malcolm Butler, Kevin Byard, Kenny Vaccaro. I mean, these guys had a big year. And on the offensive end, you got Delaney Walker returning from that injury. That's a big help to whoever's going to be quarterback. So, outlook, guys. I mean, do you think they can take the crown from the Colts?
No. So my thing with the Titans, and the Titans have a plethora of talent. They will smack the teams that you think they have no shot at beating.
They do. And
then the teams that they supposed to win, they come up so short. So I think with what's going on between Mariota and the coaching staff, I believe, they might start off kind of slow and then move forward with Tannehill and give him an opportunity.
Yeah.
But this offense right here, we need more playmakers on this offense, like Janu Smith, and
it's rough at the receiver core.
It's rough. Corey Davis, he's a solid number 2 guy, but I mean,
but they did draft Hollywood Brown, didn't they?
Yes.
AJ.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they have this defense. They do have some studs on defense as well. They got Cameron Wake as well.
Yeah, man.
Too. So they're gonna slap some teams in the mouth, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna shoot my shot, man, because I'm good at doing that.
So who decides whether they win or lose other than the quarterback?
Coaching staff.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
That's why I have these guys at 5 wins.
Good call.
Oh, wow. So he got them at 5 wins. Jamal, who decides whether they win or lose other than the quarterback? And, what's that win total you got them at?
I'm going to say the defense decides.
The defense
Because defense is solid. They can keep them close, and the offense don't make no mistakes. I got to win 8 games.
Whew.
Okay. I'm going to go.
Offense is like watching paint dry, man.
I mean, no doubt. It's not a thing of beauty.
It's really not.
I'm going to go with Kevin Byard. And I'm going to stay on the defensive side with you, but right. I'm going to narrow it down to Kevin Byard because he's one of the best safeties in the game. You got to have a guy back there in the secondary that stops the ball. He does it all. And I'm going to give them 7 wins. I'm going to put them right there with
Marcus Mariota. We are not in Oregon anymore.
Let's look at that schedule really quick, guys. Let's run down it because we're running on time. So, at Cleveland Browns.
0-1.
That's a win.
No, that's a win.
That's a win.
Week 1. That's a win for
Cleveland.
No way.
Yeah, that's a win for Cleveland.
Tennessee will smack them. That's an early wake-up call for Cleveland.
0-1, man.
Defense too much.
I'm going to call it 0-1, man. Cleveland going to win, man.
Cleveland going to win.
It's at Cleveland. Week 1, they got a purpose to go out there and win.
What did I just say? Tennessee will smack the teams. That's one where the offensive line going to drag them.
Well, we got them 0-1 consensus.
0-1 consensus, man.
Indianapolis, they're home.
You'll learn.
They got the Colts at home. Win or loss. I'm going to say that's a loss.
A loss.
0-2. At Jacksonville.
That's a win.
Come on, big dog, because you know what I'm going to say.
I say 0-3.
Tennessee been a thorn in y'all
0-3.
Yeah. 0-3. I say 0-3 too.
What?
I do, man. At Atlanta, 0-4.
0-4.
So with all this y'all talked about this defense, man.
Home against Buffalo.
And they can't beat Nick Foles.
You got to score, man.
You don't know what you got to score, man.
You gotta
Home
score.
Against Buffalo.
That's a loss.
Huh?
Home against Buffalo.
Yeah, I picked Buffalo to win 11 wins.
Damn.
Buffalo did. They racked up the wins.
0-5.
0-5. At Denver.
0-6.
Wow.
What is it?
0-6.
What Denver got? What they got that I don't know? Okay, 0-6. Go ahead. Keep
Flacco. LA Chargers. Home
7.
against 0-7. Tampa Bay.
That's a win.
Nah, man, that's one.
No, that's they won.
That's one right there.
You got a love fest with Tampa.
At Carolina.
1-8.
I'm going to say they're going to win that one.
It's a win. That's 2.
Kansas City.
Loss.
Yeah. Jacksonville.
Now the loss come.
Yeah. I'm going to say they're going to win that one.
Well, they going well, that's same
it's
thing.
In Jacksonville.
I said you're going to split. So
yeah.
What's that? 3.
I got a loss.
That's 3 wins.
Damn, you put them at a loss. Damn, you're killing Tennessee, man.
Well, I got them at what? How many? Where we at?
That's only 2 wins so far.
Well, I said they wasn't. Yeah, you got them at 8-8. I said they wasn't winning number 5.
They got 2 wins.
Yeah, you got them at 8-8. He got them at 5.
At Indianapolis.
Damn, they're gonna beat Indy one time.
Yeah.
At Indianapolis.
They always do.
They ain't gonna beat them in Indy.
Well, then that's a loss.
So I got them with what's that? 2
at Oakland.
That's a loss.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they're gonna lose that one.
That's a win for. That's a loss.
No, he messing up now.
That's a loss.
Home against Houston. I say they'll win that one. They're gonna win. All right. Home against New Orleans. That's a loss. And then they go right back. They go to Houston this time.
Loss.
Yeah, that's a loss.
So I got them with 3-13.
I got them at 3-13. Jeez.
I said 5 wins. Yeah,
damn.
man. Y'all was y'all was this defense, and then you get them at
well, they did
13.
They did get lucky last year.
The thing about it is though, Jay, you can have all the defense in the world, but if you can't score,
Tennessee always. Tell me this, and then we can move on to our next thing. How the hell they make the playoffs last year?
Because Jacksonville struggled.
Oh man, yeah.
The Nick Foles was gonna change things.
Shoot, man, they fought tooth and nail to get in that playoff. That was an ugly drive.
Oh, and then they had to get some help too, didn't they? Then they had to get some help to get in the playoffs.
Don't matter. They won 9 games, 10 to get in.
I want you to remember that we got the Colts at 11 wins.
Yeah, we got Colts at 11 wins, Texans at 6, and Titans at 3.
So that means the Jacksonville Jaguars is gonna beat somebody, and they are next up on the docket. They had a miserable year last year. Miserable.
They did.
Couldn't stay healthy. That was the story of the year, but I don't believe in injuries. They went 5-11. It seemed like Doug Marrone lost the team. They started out great. They made it all the way to New England in like week 4 or 5. They dominated the Colts in that win, and they took the rest of the season off. Leonard Fournette had some problems late in the season, got into a fight, had to get suspended. He had hamstring injuries all year. But the big problem with the Jaguars, other than Jalen Ramsey running his mouth against the quarterbacks in the NFL, was Blake Bortles. Well, exit Blake Bortles, and in comes Nick Foles, the Super Bowl MVP. Can he do enough to turn this team, I guess, right side up? Or maybe they were upside down the year that they won all those games in 2017. But can he get this team back in the win column? Because they still have a splotchy line. It's a splotchy offensive line, but they have a good defense. The defense actually was in the top of the NFL. They did good defensively.
But this defense is not better than the Texans. I mean, the Titans.
You don't think?
No way. So,
jeez.
My only thing, this is my thing with Jacksonville, man. Jacksonville has a ton of talent on this team.
Tons.
But they have locker room issues. I don't know, front office issues.
What are you talking about?
Something is going on with this team, because it's no way I pay this Nick Foles a king ransom when he has continued to get paid and not step up to be a franchise quarterback.
So, this is the rare exception, since Nick Foles was not on the team last year. Who decides the success of the Jaguars? Because it's open to all 53 players, man. It's not just limited to the 52.
I'm going to one-up everybody with this. Tom Coughlin. He has to shut the trap, shut your mouth, and take a back seat and let Marrone coach. Or, my friend, you come down and coach this team.
Hey, man, I'm ready. I've been waiting for this moment my entire life.
So I have them, and somebody do have to win, but I have these guys at 3 or 4 wins.
Oh, man.
Which one you want to do?
Jamal.
3 or 4?
I got about
3 or
5 wins.
5? Yeah. Who do you think
Nick Foles is a
the
bad
wins
quarterback
and losses in Jacksonville? Player-wise. Or, well, the team.
Leonard Fournette. Because you got to run. When you have Nick Foles, you got to run. You hear that? That's Nick Foles coming off the field.
Oh, you got me fired up now. You got me fired up now. I'm going to say that other than Nick Foles, because I'm not going to go Nick Foles, I'm going to go Ronnie Harrison. That's a shock. I know a lot of people are probably like, wow. The Jaguars actually had good safeties the previous years in Barry Church, and, then they moved on from him and Sean Gibson. But the safety position is miserable, man. They don't have one guarantee in the safety position, not even with the backups. So I'm going to go Ronnie Harrison, and I'm going to say this team wins 8 games. I'm going to say they win 8 games. Let's look at the schedule.
Yeah, let's go. I got to hear this one.
Yeah, man. EJ, save me, man. Save me.
I got you, bro. I got you.
Week 1, Kansas City at home in Jacksonville.
0-1.
Loss.
Jesus. Well. At Houston.
Win.
That's a win.
0-2.
Y'all gonna
come
beat
on,
them.
Jay.
Y'all gonna beat them the first time.
Now, you
man.
just said Texans were gonna win but 2 games.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta make
we got to
your
beat
mind.
somebody.
Yeah. Texas was 3-1,
1-1, man. 1-1.
Oh, we moving up the win column now. Home against Tennessee.
That's 2 wins.
2-1.
Yeah.
At Denver.
2-2.
Nah.
That's a win.
That's a win.
That's a win.
Not at Denver, brother.
2-2, man.
Early in the season.
You still got Denver.
Yeah.
Still got,
Okay. Yeah.
At Denver.
You still got Chubb. You still got Von Miller out
All right,
there.
you're right.
You have Nick Foles, man.
I said the offensive line was not that good. So what? We're at 2-2.
2-2.
At Carolina.
That's a win, and that will be your last one.
That's crazy.
No, you got one more after that.
3-2.
Yeah, 3-2.
You got one more after that.
Okay, New Orleans.
Loss.
I didn't even say where the game was at.
No matter. It could be at the Green Hill Zone.
Jesus, down in Sonic Land.
So just for old time's sake, let's put the field at Twin Peaks.
Oh no! I will be at Twin Peaks this year. I owe you guys a game. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not
sorry.
talking about that game. I'm just saying because we had fun. Y'all had fun at Twin Peaks that year.
Yeah.
Boy, him and Melvin were just marching all around.
All right.
About got us thrown out.
They're like 2 imbeciles marching around.
All right. I'm sure we got footage.
You could have heard a pin drop when New England got hold of that butt, though.
At Cincinnati.
That's a loss.
That's a win.
That's a win.
That's a win.
That's a win, man.
Y'all play bad football against bad teams.
Well, how many we had? 4?
4.
4 wins
I got
so
one.
far?
I had you 3 or 4 wins.
Home against the Jets.
Loss.
That's 5. That's a win.
Jets.
Home against the Jets down in Jacksonville.
That's a win, man.
I don't know. Don't they
That's
got
5.
They got
A win for Jacksonville.
And y'all can't stop Le'Veon Bell, man. This
That's not going to be a
They
problem.
beat them in when he was with Pittsburgh.
We really did.
3 times.
Final score will be 7-6.
Versus Houston over in England. I said that was
That's
a
a
win.
dub.
He said
yeah, you did say it was a dub.
So we're at 6.
So we're at 6 and what? 6 and
I don't know, 6 and
That's
2.
that's his last win.
okay.
At Indianapolis, that's a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
At Tennessee, that's a loss.
Yeah.
What week we on?
That's a loss.
Well,
Okay.
but we still at 6 wins.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, we got to win. We
Yeah.
got to win there. That's 7.
7.
Yeah.
LA Chargers home.
Loss.
Loss.
That's a loss. At Oakland.
That's a loss.
Yeah, I was about to say that's tough, man.
Loss.
Yeah, that's a loss. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
loss. At Atlanta,
Loss.
Loss.
all right. Well, Indianapolis at home last week. That's a win.
That's a win because Indianapolis might not be playing.
I nailed this, man. I said 8 and 8.
8 and 8.
I nailed this. Give me a golden ticket
4
or a
wins,
lollipop or something.
4 wins. You got Nick Foles. Who you back up?
Oh, I back up Gardner Minshew.
Who?
Who? Star Lord, man.
You know who your backup is?
Yeah, it's Gardner Minshew.
Are you sure?
Is
Washington State, right?
Yeah, or either it's your boy.
Washington State, right?
Yeah, he's gonna be the backup.
That's
Yeah, it's not Tanner Lee though.
that's the only one I see on the roster.
Nah, it's gonna be
Other
Gardner.
than Terrell Pryor.
It's going to be Terrell Pryor is gonna get cut, but it's gonna be Gardner Minshew. So all right, that's the AFC South.
Terrell Pryor played quarterback for them jokers.
Oh man, Jamal, that's the null buddy of the episode because we got to get ready to close
Go
this
ahead.
thing out, man. That is a null buddy. He
Boy, it
suited
is.
up as a quarterback. It's so many bad
He
things
played
that y'all
quarterback,
done,
man.
man.
Bro, you know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, man. We're not here to rag on you, but we are.
So can you
week.
say with the talents that you all have for the AFC South that the Colts will win it?
Yeah, man. That's
Yeah,
a
the Colts.
landslide.
It's a
It looked
landslide.
like the Colts win the division,
landslide.
and I hyped them up as the best division in football, Jamal. And right now, I only see one winning team, and that's the Colts.
And that's what it's gonna be.
Well, it's certainly not the AFC West. So when we get to that, we'll make sure that your team get the 2 losses they deserve. Well, the 2 wins.
You know what I'm saying?
2 wins.
More than 2 wins, homie.
Oh well, hey,
You know what I'm saying?
3 counts.
I can't wait for this one.
Oh yeah, I can't wait
We
for the
have about
AFC
8,
South.
bro.
Well, y'all thrashed my damn team.
Oh yeah, we trash yours, but that's the AFC South. I'm glad you all tuned in for the AFC South preview. It looks like it's going to be, I guess, a walkaway for the Indianapolis Colts. As always, thank you for listening to the Role Players Podcast with Byron, Justin, Jamal, and EJ, Mr. I-95 South.
Zoom.
You can catch this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Castbox, and Spreaker. I mean, we're everywhere, if you didn't know. Tune in to our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Shoot us a DM, shoot us a message, shoot us a comment. Get into the polls and the groups with us, man. We talk it up all throughout the week, man. We've been talking about a lot of NBA, but now we're talking football because it's about that time. And we'll get into some college football. But tune in to the next episode because we're going to highlight the NFC West that contains Jay's 49ers. So don't miss out on that. This has been the Role Players Podcast, and we're moving on up.